Please subscribe to my YouTube channel.
Hi guys and gals, I'm back for another video. This is Laurel. I'm going to be making a puff pastry. I'm going to lay it out on the pan, and then I'm going to put strawberries on half with rhubarb and cherries on the other half with rhubarb. So it's like a pan pastry. I don't know what I'm going to call it, so I think I'll just call it a pan pastry for right now with fruit. So let's get started with my cherries. I have a bowl of cherries, and they're fresh. The pits are in the cherries. I just put it on my cherry pitter. I gotta push down. Ouch. That's what it does. Takes the cherry pit out of the cherry. There you go, there's your seeds. You can save this for the garden.
The seeds.
So I'd say about 2 cups of cherries, if I'm only doing half of the pan with this cherries, and then strawberry I'm doing the other half with rhubarb, and then strawberries, and then cherries and rhubarb filling. So it's going to be like a filling. Alright, I'm taking the top part off of my strawberry. This is the tool I'm using. And just twist. That's how much you waste. Like, that's awesome.
Of the strawberry.
This was a good idea. Alright, I'm cutting my strawberry in half and another half, so I'll have 4 pieces of strawberry. So just like that. And that's what it looks like.
The strawberries.
Alright, I'm combining my sliced strawberries, and I rinsed off my strawberries before I put them in the bowl. So I'm going to combine my strawberries into this pot right here. That's what it looks like. And this pot is for like candies. Trying to think what else. Like if you're making pie filling and you burn it, this will come out of this pan. So I like this pan. I also have a smaller one too. I got these for Christmas 2 years ago. So my cherries, I washed them, pitted them, and now I'm combining the cherries to this little pot. I'm going to combine a half of water to my cherries. For my strawberries, I'm adding a half a cup. Of water. I'm adding a half a tablespoon of ground cardamom to my strawberries, and I'm also adding a half a tablespoon of cardamom to my cherries. I'm adding a 1/3 teaspoon of ginger, and it's ground as well. I'm adding some nutmeg to my cherries, and I need a 1/3 teaspoon. I'm adding allspice to my cherries. Let's see, yeah, that's correct. 1/3 of a teaspoon, and this ground. I'm adding a 1/3 of a teaspoon of ginger to my cherries. I'm adding a 1/2 tablespoon to my cherries and also the strawberries. Maple flavoring. I'm adding a 1/2 tablespoon of real vanilla extract, and it's organic, and it's by McCormick. Alright, you guys, I need to pause for a few minutes to clean up, and I'll be right back.
The kitchen.
Hi guys and gals, I came back. I had to clean up a little bit, and a little messy in here.
The kitchen.
Alright, I got rhubarb from my garden. And I'll show you how I'm going to trim my rhubarb. Cutting off the leaf. Let me see if this... I don't know if this tastes good, so I might taste a little bit. It's not that good, so I'm pitching that one. Throw it in the trash. See if it's all woody. It's not good. It's way too long. I'll try this piece. It's okay. Oh, you guys, rhubarb is really sour. It doesn't bother me. I used to eat it when I was a kid raw. So. To me, sour is good. Alright, this leaf's good. I'm going to trim off the leaf, because we don't eat the leaves. I think they're kind of toxic if you eat too many of them, so I would throw them away, but that's up to you. I cut off this piece and throw it away of the rhubarb. That's what it looks like. This kind of looks like celery, but it's not in the celery family.
The rhubarb.
I was like, I wouldn't have amazed. Alright, so I'm going to say about 2 cups of rhubarb.
In each pot.
I'm adding it to the strawberries. The rhubarb to the strawberries. I'm just doing a quick chop.
To the rhubarb.
Alright, to the cherries, I'm going to add 2 cups of rhubarb, chopped. Doesn't have to be fine or anything. Okay, that's what it looks like so far.
The fruit.
I suppose I better add some sugar to my cherries and rhubarb, and then my strawberries and rhubarb. I'm adding a cup of sugar to the strawberries and rhubarb. I'm adding a cup of sugar to the cherries and rhubarb. If you don't like stevia, or you just don't want to eat stevia, I would try this sugar. It's from Florida. It's Florida Crystals Raw Sugar Cane Sugar. So they grow it in Florida. So there's another option if you want raw sugar. It'd be a little more healthier for you. You guys, I had to wash off my counter. Okay, I'm going to turn on my stove to 5. So about medium heat. I'm going to let the strawberries and rhubarb cook for about 10 to 15 minutes. And I'm going to let the cherries and rhubarb cook for about 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, I got my baking pan. I'm going to add some olive oil to the bottom of the baking pan. I'd say 2 tablespoons. I'm spreading the oil around the pan, the bottom, the sides, and the corners.
I'm going to take the puff pastry out of the bag.
Alright, you guys. I'm using this puff pastry. And I'm gonna take it out of this paper. So I'm gonna take it off. I'm just going to lay it in the pan, the puff pastry. So I'm trying to just make it in the center so I know. I'm going to put half the strawberries and rhubarb and then the cherries and rhubarb on the other half
of the baking sheet.
Alright. Hi guys and gals, I came back. Okay, I got a bowl. I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of cornstarch to this bowl. I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of cornstarch to this bowl as well. I added a couple tablespoons of water. I'm just going to mix up with my cornstarch. Add the cornstarch and water to my strawberries and rhubarb.
Mix well. I added 2 tablespoons of water to my cornstarch bowl. I'm going to mix well. Then I'm going to combine my cornstarch water to my cherries and rhubarb. Then I will show you what my cherries and strawberries and rhubarb looks like in the pot.
Alright you guys, that's what it looks like. I gotta let this cool for a little bit. So after it cools for like maybe 15 minutes, I'll come back.
The cooked fruit.
Alright you guys, this is what this one looks like.
The cooked fruit.
I'm adding a 1/3 teaspoon of ground cinnamon to my cherry mixture. I'm adding 1/3 of a teaspoon to my rhubarb and strawberry mixture. I kept saying, man, it tastes different. I was like, I'm missing something. Oh, that's much better. Yum. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Alright, chunk some strawberry and rhubarb. That tastes much better. Alright, let's finish up this little pie. Looks like a pie pastry. I wanted more fruit, so I'm doing it this way.
But it looks like a fruit pizza pie.
So it looks like a pie. Here's my strawberry rhubarb.
Filling.
Oh, this looks messy too. Yes, I get to eat that part.
Of the fruit filling in a bowl. I'm going to add more strawberries to the baking sheet.
Right. I'm taking the top off my strawberry.
I'm slicing strawberries and putting on top of the fruit filling.
Alright, you guys, that looks good. Okay, I'm going to preheat the oven to 350 degrees and I'm going to cook this for 35
to 40 minutes. Alright, you guys and gals, that's my little recipe. Because I have to let this cool off for a while because I can't taste this if very hot. So you would get like 3rd-degree burns. So I gotta let this cool. But I'll show you what it looks like at the end of the video. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Keep cooking. Thanks for watching.